About 5 and 7 in Lido. Best I've ever heard you.
Yeah, well, Rebecca, did you do anything different to your rig information? Still the ICOM 9700 at 100 watts and a Comet GP9 at 25 feet?
I might be pressing 30 feet tonight. Maybe that accounts for a little signal boost. W5TTA. Back to you.
QSL, we'll change you in the log here to 30 feet. It made a difference. 5 feet's quite a bit. All right, I'm going to run down to line 30 and see if I can get George and Granbury. Kilo Fox 5, Quebec Echo Zulu. Any copy, KI5 LET, Decatur. Nothing heard from George yet. He may still be getting warmed up. How about line 31, Andrew in Breckenridge, Stevens County. This is kind of a hike for me tonight. Kilo Juliet 5, Delta Foxtrot Victor. Any copy, KI5 LET. Nothing else heard there. I checked the Hepburn forecast for tonight, and it showed no enhancement for North Texas or southern Oklahoma anywhere near us, either at the 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. Forecast. So I don't know. I'm going to have to go check the Menolink map to see if there's anything there. All right, let me move on to line 32, see if I can get Wiley in Bosque County, Walnut Springs. Whiskey Charlie 5, Whiskey Charlie, any copy, KI5 LET. Okay, nothing heard there as well, but I'm down about probably almost 40 watts tonight due to water in my GP9. So it's slowly getting better. Kind of goes up and down. I'm going to give it another week. If it doesn't get better, I'm going to take it apart and dry it out manually. KI5 LET, clear and monitoring. 146580, Wise County.
If you do get that straightened out, I have an older GP9 that had kind of the same thing happen, and I'd be love to know what it is that makes it work.
Well, when it fell over, I didn't see any mechanical damage whatsoever, and but I think when it was laying on its side, some water got in the weep hole. We had some rain, and it was over on its side a couple weeks. I think we had at least 2 rains during that time, and it got water in it. When I first got it on the air, the SWR was 2.9 to 1, very high, and it slowly moved down a little bit. Then it took a big jump. It got down to 1.9 to 1, and then a couple days ago it jumped back up to 2.8. I checked it before I got on the air tonight. It was down to 2.6 to 1, so it's moving around, and the only thing I can think about is water. I've heard that from several other people that use them. That any water inside there will affect the SWR. There are some little pieces of foam that hold the radiating element away from the sides of the radome, the plastic shell. So there could be some water held in those spots. The weep hole may be clogged up, and it may not be allowing it to drain. But we're going to be warming up, and I don't think rain will hurt it now that it's vertical. So just going to give it some time. I'm going to hold this to talk switch down as long as I can at 100 watts, hoping I can dry it out a little bit in there. It's come up from 42 to 45 watts just while I've been talking, forward power. Yeah, we'll keep working on it. But yeah, I'll have the whole story for you, Keith. But in the case of this one, I don't think it's a mechanical problem. I think it's water inside the radome. KI5 LET, clear and monitoring.
In my case, it was a storm that had blown through that I'm using the 1 3/8 thick steel poles that they sell for the chain link fences, and I didn't actually put a screw in to bind them together. I was just using gravity, and along with the rain, there was a lot of wind, and it pretty much picked up my antennas and dropped them. And my my HF off-center fed dipole actually caught the GP9 and kept it from getting any mechanical damage, but the whole tube was full of water because it had, when it fell over about 120 degrees or so. So it was top down, sort of, and it had filled up with water. But I couldn't find anything that looked bad, but it has never worked since. Anyway, KI5HXK monitoring.
Okay, thanks, Keith. Well, I'll let you know what I find when if I have to get in there. Gary and Albert doubled with you, KI5UXF. Go ahead, Gary. Okay, thanks. That 1481 or that tram antenna is almost the same as the GP9. I think they're very, very similar construction. So from what I've heard, it has a reputation for leaking a little more. And like I said, I never had any problems with this one when it was vertical. The SWR was always really consistent. Forward power was always the same. So if I can just get the water out of there, I think I'll be okay. But either taping up or heat shrinking the joints isn't a bad idea. I may try that as well, just in case.
KE5NGM, this KI5NXR.
Hey, Tiffany, what's going on?
Yes, sir. Are you running your YouTube simulcast tonight?
I am. I got it up right now.
All righty. Thank you very much. KI5NXR.
Okay, Gary, I know what you're talking about, the adhesive line heat shrink. So yeah, when you shrink it, the adhesive melts and oozes around everywhere. That's good stuff. All right, how about line 33, Whiskey 5 Bravo, November Kilo. Good evening, Walt.
Hey, good evening, Tom. KI5LET.
You're 10 over as usual. You get the last one in the pre-net here because I'm running out of time before the net. But anybody else have a signal report for Walt there in Springtown?
30 over here in Argyle, K5DTH. Almost full scale, full quieting, and his voice and audio sound great as usual. AI50L.
Thank you very much.
He's an S7 into Southwest Fort Worth. Awesome signal.
S6 in the Joshua Godley area. WI5 MRW.
Full scale at my place, Walt. KJ5UF.
Thank you much, Ray.
Okay, Tiffany, just to verify, you were able to get into NetLogger, okay?
Yes, sir. It looks like it. I put in a call sign and it stuck, so I assume I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to clear out the pre-net check-ins and turn it over to you. I'll keep logging here for a minute, but I'll stop logging at about 5 after. But I won't touch anything, I promise. KI5LET, clear and ready for the net.
This KI5NXR, is anybody else seeing Trey's simulcast?
I looked and couldn't find it. It hadn't shown up for me yet.
Well, let me see if I can't fix that real quick. Hold on a second.